The first segment of the news is brought to you by KFC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akushla Pinda with your JCN News. It's great having you with us. Well, as expected, the recommendation that parliamentarians pocket higher wages in this economic climate is not sitting well in many circles, to say the least. Sounding off on the issue this morning was the Democratic National Alliance, who pounced on both the government and the official opposition. DNA leader Brandon McCartney calling it disturbing that at a time when so many Bahamians are struggling, those elected to serve them would put self-interest ahead of the concerns of the country. He cried shame on the political leadership of both parties.
We are living in a climate today. If you want to be in government, if you want to be an MP, if you want to be a minister, that's a sacrifice. That ain't your job. That ain't your career. That's a service. And that is what these members of parliament should be doing, a service to the country. And stop wasting time about increasing salaries when we cannot afford it and cannot afford to pay our civil servants, the police, the teachers, customs officers and immigration officers. Cannot afford to open up the hospital.
Nurses.
Cannot pay the nurses.
I find this
is an embarrassment to our country yet again. Persons looking in from the outside and saying, wow, they are truly third world.
The House Select Committee's 7-page interim report also recommended that the insurance coverage of parliamentarians be reviewed, noting that the current is inadequate. It was further suggested that the allowance for each constituency office be increased. Businessman Ethric Bowe calls these recommendations laughable.
What are we getting for $28,000? We have to always ask that. When I give the money, what am I getting? We cannot continue to shortchange the Bahamian people. And that's what's going on. So I take all of this really as a distraction. This is a joke. This is meant to make us laugh and stop thinking about serious things.
Meantime, leading unionists like Bahamas Public Services Union President John Pinder pretty much agrees he doesn't have a problem with parliamentarians asking for an increase, but it's the wrong time to do so, considering the economic state of the country. In fact, he says the government has a lot to pay out before it can even consider making good on this recommendation.
Right now, I have a number of members who they owe hazard pay to. The government owe them hazard pay. The government is withholding a lot of promotions because they can't they don't have the funds ready to pay persons for promotions. Persons increments are being withheld. Persons are owed increments. Persons are owed tuition reimbursements. The government has a lot of expenses in hand right now, and for members of parliament to suggest that it's the time for them to get an increase, I think the timing is very poor.
Mr. Pinder says union workers have for years been working in adverse conditions, an issue the government must first address.
And, I have a number of members who work in condemned buildings, okay, for the government. Running away buildings been condemned a number of years. That needs some work done to it. The government building a new parliament. You're talking about the Clarence Bay building that's been condemned. Members still working in that building. Talking about the post office staff needing new office accommodations. And it appears though accommodations to this government goes to the minister that's most important to the government. That's the way it looks. Doesn't matter who's been working in the most adverse condition for a very long time.
Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson, meantime, shared similar sentiments in a press release issued this morning. In it, she questioned, what is the government's priority, people or self? This, she said, should not take priority over the small man, teachers or workers of this country who are suffering, some of whom are losing their homes, many unable to pay their light bills, others who cannot provide food and basic necessities for their children and family. As far as Mrs. Wilson sees things, if it can be recommended that parliamentarians earn higher salaries along with getting an increase in travel, duty and constituency allowances, the government can pay the millions of dollars owed to teachers now. Well, our news team also took to the streets to garner the views of John Q. Public on the issue.
As cab drivers, we've not had a raise in a long time either. Cost of living has gone up for us. The cost of fuel has gone up. Licensing has gone up. And the list continues. I didn't hear Glennis Anna Martin standing up at any point saying cab drivers needs a raise because the cost of living has gone up for them. That's my first concern, and my first priority is my business, where I'm at, and what I do. Not a parliamentarian yesterday mentioned me. In addition to that, one of the big concerns that I have with this is we already have a lack of accountability on the part of the opposition and the government. They are all those members of parliament in parliament. For years now, they have yet to account to the Bahamian people for what we've paid them. We ask them every year to disclose how they got and how they spend their money.
They could provide jobs for people who don't have it.
In principle, they make sense. Practically, it doesn't make sense at this time. Due to the fact, because of the economic situation, the country has to wait until it comes up much better before you could do it.
I think they work hard for the people in the country, and for the time that I watched the news last night, what they said the time they haven't get on the race and the things they have to do, their business is a race like everybody else. Everybody in this country asking for a raise, so they're no different from nobody else, and they work for us.
Now, it's important to note that no time was given in terms of when the salary increases should take place. There's also no word on when a final report will be submitted. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
Need another reason to love Sundays? KFC Nassau's got a bucket full with our new Slammin' Sunday special. Purchase any classic combo or mega meal Monday through Sunday. Bring your receipt to KFC on Sunday and get 8 pieces of chicken for just $9.99. 8 juicy pieces of our famous chicken for only $9.99. Get any flavor you love with KFC Slammin' Sunday Special. Sundays with KFC Nassau are so...
Feel like eating something tasty that's good for you? Super Value can help you create the perfect meal when you visit the salad bars. Filled with all the nutritional choices that are good for you, our salad bars make the perfect lunch or snack, anytime and any day of the week. Eat smart, eat healthy. Join the lunch bunch at a Super Value salad bar, including the quality markets, including quality stamps. Super Value, the Bahamian supermarkets. Feel like eating something tasty that's good for you? Super Value can help you create the perfect meal when you visit the salad bars. Filled with all the nutritional choices that are good for you, our salad bars make the perfect lunch or snack, anytime and any day of the week. Eat smart, eat healthy. Join the lunch bunch at a Super Value salad bar, including the quality markets, including quality stamps. Super Value, the Bahamian supermarket.
ESC Distributors Wholesale, the experienced beauty suppliers, has everything you need to look your best, feel good, and enhance your beauty. Soaps, creams, lotions, and oils in top name brands, including those sought-after bedazzled products. ESC Distributors has facial powders, matte and shimmer eyeshadows, and luscious lip glosses. And for your hair fancy, an exciting array of hair and hair products. ESC Distributors Wholesale, Nassau's premier beauty suppliers. Soldier Road, opposite NCA, 394-0819.
Pretty boy, pull over.
Hey, Miss Susie, what you saying?
Epic tires for this bloody wheel truck here. Any and all sizes. Don't know. Epic over there. Tires for this jet thing. Does it look like you haven't been in shoes with these?
Epic Fire Trail is open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Look at that fancy contraption. Plop that big truck tire off and on quick, and it ain't all jump up, and you can turn around easy and plenty space.
Well, Miss Susie, you travel lady?
Be quiet. Just smile for the camera.
Welcome back. The heat not cooling off the government just yet as questions mount over the creation of its controversial National Intelligence Agency. Many have accused the government of operating a covert illegal spying bureau without any legislative framework in place governing how it functions. And today, DNA leader Brandon McCartney went after both the government and the opposition to get to the bottom of what exactly is that agency intended to do. Corval Pfeiffer reports.
DNA leader Brandon McCartney questions why the government would create a national intelligence agency without ensuring it first had in place the necessary legal framework to govern it. He says while he believes the agency is meant to help in the fight against crime by gathering intelligence at various levels, he cautioned that the intelligence gathered meant to do good will be of no use if it is obtained illegally.
And I can only assume it's to collect intelligence based on criminal activities. But you got to be very careful that whatever you collect, you may not be able to use in a court of law if it's collected by an entity that's illegal in itself. I just find it amazing. This government keeps doing things the wrong way over and repeatedly.
The Free National Movement as of late has been calling on the government to provide full disclosure of the mission and modus operandi of the agency. Its deputy leader, Loretta Butler-Turner, went as far last week as to accuse the government of illegally spying on Bahamians. Mr. McCartney believes that if the opposition has proof to substantiate these claims, it ought to lay all its cards on the table for Bahamians to see.
I would advise the official opposition that in light of the fact that this is an illegal entity and that they are spying on people innocently, they ought to rake the government over the coals if they have the evidence and bring them before the courts. Because no government should be acting in that manner.
He adds that no government is above the law and the rights of all citizens must always be protected.
If we had the evidence, we would act on it. If we, the DNA, had the evidence, we would act on it. And if you're spying, and you're not set up properly, and you have no legal basis to do it, we will sue you from here to thy kingdom come. From here to thy kingdom come. Because that's a no-no. That's an infringement on the constitutional rights. And we'll show the government how it ought to be done. What a disgrace for a government.
National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage has confirmed that NIA legislation will be tabled in Parliament before the end of the year. $100,000 was earmarked for the Bureau in the current budget, but now, like the FNM, the DNA is also asking if the agency is already up and running, why is it being kept a secret? Corbell Pike from JCN News.
An island-wide manhunt underway as detectives try to get to the bottom of a shooting that's left Grand Bahama businessman and activist Cedric Hepburn dead. From all reports, 47-year-old Hepburn was killed just before 6 p.m. yesterday evening while walking with his girlfriend in the Fortune Bay Drive area. Assistant Commissioner of Police Emmerich Seymour fills us in.
Police responded, and our initial investigation suggests that a male and female companion were walking in the Fortune Bay Drive area doing their daily walking exercise when suddenly shots rang out. The results were that the male was shot multiple times about the body, and of course the female companion was uninjured in the process. We've now set about the task trying to determine who the person or persons responsible for this latest homicide.
ACP Seymour added that based on preliminary investigations, there are no clues as to whether the shooter was driving or walking in the area when the incident occurred. Police also do not know how the assailant fled the scene.
For any information, any person who was in the area, any information that they may have that can help us bring some resolution to this matter, we're asking them to contact the police so that we can wrap this matter up in the shortest possible time.
Our final story is up next.
Feel like eating something tasty that's good for you? Super Value can help you create the perfect meal when you visit the salad bars. Filled with all the nutritional choices that are good for you, our salad bars make the perfect lunch or snack, anytime and any day of the week. Eat smart, eat healthy. Join the lunch bunch at a Super Value salad bar, including the quality markets, including quality stamps. Super Value, the Bahamian supermarkets. Feel like eating something tasty that's good for you? Super Value can help you create the perfect meal when you visit the salad bars. Filled with all the nutritional choices that are good for you, Our salad bars make the perfect lunch or snack, anytime and any day of the week. Eat smart, eat healthy. Join the lunch bunch at a Super Value salad bar, including the quality markets, including quality stamps. Super Value, the Bahamian supermarket.
This is your smartphone on 4G. And this is your smartphone with the scorching fast data speeds of 4G LTE. LTE is 5 times faster than 4G, so you get the music you want, well, now. And buffering? Forget it. Stream your movie non-stop from the moment you press play. LTE offers a whole new mobile data experience that isn't just 5 times faster, but also 5 times smoother and 5 times better. Experience mobile data speeds in a way that will change your life forever with LTE. Live the experience. BTC every day.
Finally, the roads them fix up. You can now get to the new Blanco showroom on Fox Hill Road on Smooth Road. Child, Blanco is more than just bleach. They got window cleaners, laundry detergent, and chemicals to clean just about anything. Well, except wickedness, you know, no bleach can clean that. And now they have a whole line of pool chemicals to keep your pool bright and clean. Chlorine tablets, algicide, scoops, poles, vacuum hoses, everything except the pool man. So come, see our new showroom and let the cleaning begin.
It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. It's not too late to build yours. Weather the storm with fidelity.
The Ministry of Education and the National Career Awareness Committee have come up with a pretty innovative way to expose students to various career opportunities as well as tips for college readiness. A series of DVDs will be distributed to all public schools throughout the country for the 2014-2015 school year. Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald said the idea is to equip students with the necessary career knowledge for critical thinking and decision-making and to prepare the future Bahamian workforce to remain globally competitive.
We recognize and embrace changing and emerging global trends and best practices, and this initiative affords early exposure for our students, permitting the early capture of interest, potential career options, which might not traditionally be sufficiently explored. The diversity of the committee afforded opportunities to ensure the injection of varied methodologies and strategies designed to make career exploration appealing to the full gamut of 21st century learners.
The DVDs entitled A World of Possibilities feature careers in financial services, maritime studies, visual arts, health and science, communications and technology, design and construction, among others. It also includes information on local colleges and scholarship opportunities.
This is very exciting. This is a game changer, and it falls in line with a lot of the initiatives we have launched over the past 2 years, not only to make sure education is more relevant, but to set the foundation for some of the academic improvements we wish to see. And we believe a lot of that will be as a result of having students study areas that they're interested in and they choose as a career choice.
Copies of the DVDs will also be made available to private schools upon request. The ministry partnered with representatives from major local industries to develop the 15 DVD series. That does it for this portion of our news. Stay with us for the latest on sports and weather.
If you could see the inside of your engine running on Shell Helix Ultra, you'd see how active cleansing technology really works. continuously cleaning and protecting your engine. Shell Helix Ultra with active cleansing technology. Performance you can see.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Dorino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening Sports. It's being brought to you by Facades Men's Fashion on Blue Hill Road South. The WNBA Minnesota Lynx reached the 12-player WNBA limit by waiving our rookie, Bahamian Waltia Roll. She was waived Wednesday afternoon. Roll was the third-round, 36th overall pick by the Lynx in 2013. She averaged 7 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1 steal in 3 preseason games. We thought that would be enough to get her on the team, but the Lynx, they are the defending women's champions, and they are loaded with talent, and it came down to Waltia and their #1 overall pick from the April draft, Trisha Liston, and they decided to go with Miss Liston, which means Waltia ended up being the 13th player on that roster, just 1 spot shy. However, her agents, along with Frank Rutherford, the program she came from, Frank and her agent, they are confident that Waltia will be picked up by another WNBA team before the deadline reaches next week. The Bahamas Top 50 National Basketball Rankings continue. We're at number 32. Charles Bain is the 32nd ranked college-age, high school-age basketball player in the Bahamas. He's in that 10th to 12th grade group. He's ranked number 10th in his group. 16 years old, 6 foot, 6 inch small forward, playing high school basketball right now in Indiana. Number 33 on Wednesday was Sebastian Gray. He's a 16-year-old, 6 foot, 5 inch player playing at Sunrise Christian in Kansas. Enrico Forbes, a 6 foot 5 inch, 300-pound right tackle. We told you about him yesterday. He's got a chance to earn a spot on the Green Bay Packers football team in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers started training camp today, and Forbes, if he does well, he can sign that contract and we can watch him play on Sundays in the NFL on the gridiron. Let's hope Enrico Forbes has some good luck with the Green Bay Packers during training camp. Great Britain's Athletic Federation has named a 24-member team to represent Great Britain and Northern Ireland at the inaugural IAAF World Relays. Great Britain will compete in the men and women's 4x1 and 4x4 relays. World 400-meter champion Christine Orahugu and World Indoor 60-meter champion Richard Kelty will lead the Brits in the Bahamas. Don't forget, the top 8 teams in both the men and women's 4x1 and 4x4 at the relays will automatically qualify for the 2015 IAAF World Championships and the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil. The Bahamas Olympic movement observing 62 years of existence this year, which is also the year of the 50th anniversary of the Bahamas' first Olympic gold medal won in sailing back in 1964 by Cecil Cook and Sir Derwood Knowles. This year, the Bahamas Olympic Committee plans to field teams for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in July, the Youth Olympics in China in August, and the CAC Games in Mexico in November. And finally, tonight in the NBA, when the conference semifinals continue, the Indiana Pacers taking on the Washington Wizards. Game 6 of their series at 8 p.m. on ESPN. The Pacers lead that series 3-2, and they can close things out. The winner of the Indiana-Washington series will move on to face the Miami Heat. Miami eliminating the Brooklyn Nets last night. Where Brooklyn at? Brooklyn is home fishing. They went down 96-94 in Game 5 last night. Miami taking the series 4-1. Later tonight, Oklahoma City and the LA Clippers. It's been a controversial series thus far. The LA Clippers, no doubt, will have a chip on their shoulder after losing in a controversial way in Game 5 on Tuesday. Tonight, it's Game 6, 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. OKC and the LA Clippers. Who's going to win it tonight? Can the OKC Thunder send LA home to go fishing? We'll have to wait and see what happens. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening Sports, folks. I'm Dorino Saunders. Once again, sports being brought to you by Facades Men's Fashion on Blue Hill Road South.
The FML Group of Companies, whose owner and the CEO is Craig Flowers, is making waves in many parts of this region as he has received government approval for the establishment of gaming platforms in the Turks and Caicos Islands, Bermuda, and now in Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
The team that we have here in Haiti has gone above and beyond my expectations. I'm very pleased with the way things have gone. It certainly taught me a great deal with this type of reception, and I'm going to take a lot from it as I go back home and give a lot of thought to it.
With FML Group of Companies, everyone wins.
Squires of the Square Table Lodge, number 201, modern free and accepted Masons of the world, fraternally and cordially invite you to attend a service of thanksgiving in honor of a distinguished Bahamian, Sovereign Illustrious Duke B. Smith, 33rd degree Patriarch, past Supreme Grand Master of modern free and accepted Masons of the world, the most decorated Bahamian in Masonic history. Saturday, the 31st of May, 2014 at 4 p.m. at St. Agnes Anglican Church, Blue Hill Road, followed by the testimonial and gala reception at 6:30 p.m. at the Ballroom Government House. Dress code, Masonic dress, fully regained. Public dress code, black tie. Tickets can be purchased from the 17 shop, 5th Terrace, Collins Avenue, on or before May 27th at a cost of only $60.
At Henry F. Store Electric Company, we supply all your electrical needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find, energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Store Electric, number 135 Mackin Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
For that sophisticated, silky smooth look, Bedazzled gives you Ultra Double Platinum 100% tangle-free human hair. Bedazzled Ultra Double Platinum. Full of body, full of life. For that perfect blend, Ultra Double Platinum, it's the world's best human hair. It's Bedazzled. Available at the Beauty Shack, Soldier Road, opposite NCA.
The weather is brought to you by Bedazzled 100% tangle-free human hair, distributed by the Beauty Shack.
Good evening, and this is your JCN Evening weather. We're looking at satellite picture. The safest trough now in extreme northwest Bahamas across Grand Bahama and Abaco, and that's moving towards the west. Most activity now moving through the northwest Bahamas, and look like it's going to merge with a cold front to the north of the islands at this time across the southern part of the United States. High pressure is going to build across the islands late tonight into tomorrow, so a pretty good weekend in store weather-wise. Most of the rainfall should be tapering off by late tomorrow afternoon. In your marine forecast, those winds dropping off south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Your tides, you can expect a low tide at 9:19 tonight. The next low tide comes at 3:44 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is 6:25 in the morning, set to even at 7:48. UV index 6, your water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon phase full moon. Weather night, another cloudy night with a few showers, an isolated thunderstorm, low going at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, we're looking at another variable cloudiness with a couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm, high temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And your Friday weather look, we expect some improvement for the weekend with partly sunny skies, and those temperatures at daytime now will be in the mid to upper 80s, the nighttime low 70s, just a 10% chance of a passing shower by afternoon. That puts her up on your evening weather. Godfrey Burnside.
The weather is brought to you by Bedazzled 100% tangle-free human hair, distributed by the Beauty Shack. And with that, we end our news this evening. From all of us here at JCN News, thanks for joining us.
Take that mess from off the wall.